Massachusetts has the best public schools in America, but only if you live in the right zip code. Stand for Children, an education nonprofit advocating for parents across the state, is looking to secure fair funding for underserved school districts in Massachusetts, as this could become the #1 legislative priority this year. They've already delivered nearly 1,700 letters to Governor Charlie Baker's office asking for what the group called a more equitable school funding formula. The letters were handwritten by parents, grandparents, and community members from across the state, asking the governor to invest in creating equal footing for wealthy and underserved school districts. Here to tell us more about this issue is Brianna Aloisio. She is Policy and Government Affairs Manager for Stand for Children in Massachusetts. Brianna, welcome to Urban Update. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, what exactly is fair school funding, and why has Stand for Children Massachusetts made it a top priority?
Yeah, great question. Fair funding, and what we're asking for fair funding, is ensuring that all students in Massachusetts, regardless of their zip code or where they live, get the access to a high quality education that all students deserve.
Now, how do you think the new investments in the underfunded school districts can help students?
Well, we're seeing that this isn't the same Massachusetts that it was 25 years ago when the funding formula was originally introduced. There's a lot of changing demographics, and there's a lot of students with high needs. English language learner students, students with special needs, low-income students. So these students need more resources, and right now they're being left behind. And so investing in these schools, investing in resources that could close this opportunity gap is what our students need to get a fair start at life.
Talk about some of the, I guess, the action items that Stand for Children has taken here in Massachusetts.
Yeah, so last month we were so proud to deliver over 1,700 letters to the governor's office. We left voicemails as well of our parents' stories, of our members' stories that really highlighted what they see every single day in their students' schools, in their communities, and the lack of resources and lack of funding that is really provided for these students.
What got you so passionately involved in this?
Yeah, I grew up in Massachusetts. I attended public schools my whole life, and now I live in Boston, and I listen to these parents every single day with work and look around the community and see what we really need to make a better Massachusetts.
What, I guess, what are some of the key needs in these schools that the children have that you see?
Yes, well, some of our parents tell us stories about there's no bathroom doors in some of the bathrooms or the stalls in schools in Massachusetts. There's needles in yards in Roxbury. That's a school safety issue. Many of our parent facilitators' jobs have been cut so that they can't aid parents and teachers in creating a better atmosphere for their students. There's so many different budget cuts. There's not enough school books, there's not enough resources, and these students are suffering every single day, and it's too bad it hurts the students.
Now, I guess the way you're looking at this, school districts out in some of the wealthier suburbs, I mean, they've got everything. You're looking at the contrast between the two. When you look at the contrast, what do you see?
Absolutely, and it's so great that there are many of classrooms in the state that only have 13 students and 1 teacher, or there's extra resources for students with special needs. But in so many other cases, we see overcrowding, 75 English language learner students in 1 classroom for 1 teacher to handle with no aid. Those are those differences. The amount of spending on school supplies, you see a stark contrast between hundreds of dollars per student. That's where you really see the contrast. There's 2 Massachusetts, unfortunately, where you see students being left behind and students getting the best education in the country.
What types of things could this extra money be used to fund?
Yeah, after-school programs, summer reading programs, professional development for teachers, making sure that they feel supported, better technology in the classroom to keep up with the changing times and demographics, more supports for these ELL students or low-income students.
And how important is it to get parents involved, and what can parents do to help out.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of parents that we had at the State House writing letters, submitting online versions of their stories, leaving voicemails, sharing their stories, just really bringing the parent voice and elevating that voice to the State House has been so important, because far too often you hear more about what we all think, but it's really the parent voice and the student voice that Stand for Children loves to support.
And when you look at the demographic changes that are sweeping across the country, what does that tell you about what needs to be done in education?
Yeah, we're not the same Massachusetts that we were 25 years ago. Almost half of all of our school districts are school districts that serve mostly high needs students, and those high needs students need more support.
And what is your I guess, the message that you want to get across to the governor, to the lawmakers, the people who are pulling the strings and the purse strings for these resources?
Yes, we're so glad that this has become a priority, and we're so grateful that the State House, the governor, the Senate, the House are moving forward, but we need more resources and we need it sooner. Unfortunately, our students cannot wait. There are students in 2nd, 3rd grade right now that aren't reading on grade level, and their consequences are going to come far too soon.
Okay, and we'll leave it right there. Brianna Aloisio with Stand for Children. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much.
And good luck with your campaign to get all of our kids educated equally.
Thank you so much.
All right. When we come back, using the power of the burrito for good. All the details right here on Urban Update.